Welcome to Autism Tips and Tools, where we highlight the best practical guidance from previous episodes of Autism Knows No Borders. Whether you're a self-advocate, a family member, or a service provider, there's something here for you. I'm Rachel Harmon, a professional in the field of autism services, outreach, and advocacy, and the following clip is from my conversation with Autistic Self-Advocate Jonathan Gardner. Jonathan is a motivational speaker, cancer survivor, and supported decision maker. Here's Jonathan talking about how supported decision making helped him get through his cancer treatment.
Supported decision making is an alternative to guardianship, where it puts the person, me, in control of my life. I'm the decision maker in my life. I have used supported decision making since I was 16 years old. Since my mom and dad went to a workshop to find a little bit more about it, since my mom and I didn't feel guardianship was right for me because, that's not how we really roll. I have a lot of, agency of my own life, honestly, and me and my mom respect that of myself. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, but just to clarify, can you explain what guardianship is, just so it's all clear for people?
Oh, absolutely. So guardianship basically is a court-ordered person that kind of runs your life, honestly. But here's the thing about guardianship. You don't get to choose that person. That's never been how me and my mom rolled, or my father or my brother. We've always worked similar to like a support network, funny enough. So my mom met with the superintendent, who was basically kind of trying to push guardianship on us because I take medication for my autism. And that didn't feel right for us. So my mom went to a couple of workshops, and then she brought back supported decision-making to me. And here's my words at the time that I strictly said about supported decision-making after learning about it. So it's basically what we're doing right now. And my mom said, yes. I truly do believe supported decision-making saved my life. And I know what you're thinking immediately. What do you mean by that? Do you mean if a guardian did force you in that you wouldn't be alive today? Maybe. Maybe I wouldn't be today because I would have been so depressed, so damaged, that it wouldn't make any sense to me to even continue on. Because what's the point of living if there's no joy in your life? What's the point of going on if there's nothing you enjoy doing? What's the point of life if you're so miserable that you can't do that? And I know that's depressing and dark to hear. I do. But that's why I always try to find joy in every day. It's one of my lessons that I've learned from cancer, is to find joy every day. Like, from my background, you can clearly see of all the video games I have. Like, I've played most of them and still do, honestly. And for me, if I can just play one video game today or watch one anime episode, that's just one good day for me. And I truly do believe supported decision-making truly saved my life because it gave me the power to control it. Because here's the thing. I would have survived if a guardianship would have been a thing, but 3 options would have happened. 1, the exact same thing would have happened because that's how me and my mom roll. 2, for some godforsaken reason, my mom decides to force me into these treatments. Could you imagine the damage that could do to our relationship? Could you potentially imagine what that could have done to our relationship? Like, for me and my mom are like yin and yang, buddy cops and all that stuff. Same thing with my dad and brother. We're all family, all that stuff. The amount of trauma I went through and the amount of trauma that I've shared today, I'm pretty sure you could see because here's the thing, trust is very fragile. No matter how strong it is always a fragile thing. She forced me into those treatments. That would have shattered all that trust instantly. Back to pieces and all that stuff. And then the third one, a guardian would have forced me in. And depression. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, so just to clarify, Jonathan, how does supported decision-making work? Like, you choose who you want on your team, right?
Yes. I basically choose people and then ask them for their permission or ask if they'd be willing to support me in these specific roles. For example, I have my mom as my everything, basically. Basically, I can go to her for everything and all that stuff. Or I have wingman and friendship advisor, Adam, my mentor. Hi, Adam. He's probably ringing his ears already. Adam Bowman, I believe his last name was. Yep, my mom's Donnie, so that means I got it right. So, hey, you're gonna be famous soon, buddy. But yeah, though. So he helps me with like friendship advice and sometimes even girls advice and all that stuff. And then I'll just do 2 more just to explain the concept of it, basically. Then there's my work advisors, Mara Sullivan and Anna Krieger. You can see how fast that relationship grew with Anna. But for them, here's the thing. And the reason why I bring it up is because I actually had one more person in the work field, but she basically said she couldn't really support me in that field anymore because of X, Y, and Z. So she decided to leave. I wanted to bring this up because this isn't like authoritarian. No, it's more democracy. But at the end of the day, support decision-making, the decisions are always my decisions at the end of the day. So similar to a CEO of a company, if you don't mind me using an analogy here for a quick second. Okay, so I like to think of myself like I am the CEO of my own life. Like I run the business of Jonathan, the Jonathan business, Jonathan CEO. But then I have subordinates. This is probably a much better analogy to use, actually. So I have subordinates. For example, my mom, my friendship and work advisor, Adam, and my work advocacy. And sometimes employees need to leave for any other reason, but I'm still friendly with those people. Then if I need to say, for example, I need some advice on friendship or about a specific person, I would go to Adam and get his perspective on it. And I would go to multiple people to ask their perspective on it if they're in that group. Or if I need some help with some work stuff, I would go to my work people and say, hey, this is a situation I'm going with. I want your guys' thoughts on it. But at the end of the day, no matter if I go with their idea or I go with my idea, the decision is always mine to make. That's the real power of support decision making.
Got it. So how many people do you typically have on your team?
Well, it's always growing, honestly, sometimes. Sometimes there's people that sometimes leave. There's sometimes people that stay and all that stuff. But I want to say my team currently is 10, 12 people.
Oh, that's great.
It's never you must stay here. But no, it's mostly hey, if you can do it, you can do it. But if you can't, then you can just head out if you want. It's not a big deal to me.
Okay. Yeah, that's so great to have different people in your life that you can trust.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to Autism Knows No Borders. Would you like to hear about how Jonathan is collaborating on a bill that would make supported decision-making legal in Massachusetts? Follow the link in the show notes for the full conversation, and be sure to subscribe for more stories from people connected to autism, inspiring change and building community. Let's work together to transform how the world relates to autism. Thanks for listening. Take care.